Have you ever heard a cry coming from nowhere in the middle of the night? What if that sound wasn't human, but a warning that someone was going to die? Today, you'll meet the Banshee, the female spirit who announces the end with a single scream. The Banshee is a legendary figure from Irish folklore. She is described as a female spirit linked to the world of the dead. But unlike other supernatural entities, she does not pose a direct threat. Her role is that of a messenger, a being who announces the approach of death. This warning comes through a high-pitched, mournful sound, usually a high-pitched scream or a prolonged cry. She does not choose who will die, nor does she interfere in fate. She only appears when death has already been decided. In Celtic tradition, the Banshee is directly linked to Irish families, especially those with ancient roots. According to some beliefs, each traditional Irish family would have its own Banshee, who accompanies their descendants through the generations. This makes her presence even more symbolic, as if she were a sad spiritual guardian who appears only at times of loss. The most remarkable thing about the Banshee is not what she does, but what she represents, the link between the world of the living and the world of the dead. A supernatural bridge that appears only when something sacred to life is about to end. The Banshee's appearance varies depending on the region and version of the legend. In some stories, she appears as an old woman with wrinkled skin, long disheveled hair, and dressed in a white, grey, or even greenish cloak. In others, she appears as a beautiful young woman with pale skin, a sad look and old clothes, almost like a bride in mourning. But what all versions have in common is their spectral appearance. She never appears fully alive. Her body may be translucent, shrouded in mist or dim light. Her eyes are often red, as if she has been crying for centuries. Another common detail is her loose hair, often messy, as if she had been blown by the wind. In some versions, she combs her own hair with a small silver comb, an important symbol in the legends. There are also stories in which the Banshee does not walk. She floats, hovers in the air, or appears sitting on rocks or tree branches, always silent until she begins to cry. In many stories, she does not even need to be seen. The sound of her lament is enough to announce her presence and the omen of death. The Banshee's cry is called a keening, a traditional funeral lament in Irish culture which was made by women at royal wakes. In the case of the Banshee, this sound is described as unearthly, high-pitched, distressing, and impossible to mistake for a human voice. Despite causing fear, the Banshee is not an evil spirit. She does not kill or wish harm on anyone. In many versions, she is seen as a spiritual warning, almost like a sad protector who announces loss, but does not interfere in destiny. Some believe that she is the spirit of a woman who has already died and who remains connected to the earth by family ties. According to this version, she only appears to certain families, especially the oldest ones in Ireland, as if she were fulfilling a sacred role of warning when someone is going to pass away. Another interesting fact is the silver comb. In some stories, the Banshee carries this object, and if someone finds it and picks it up, they will be cursed or bring bad luck. That is why in certain regions there is a custom of never touching a comb abandoned in the forest. There are also regional variations. In Scotland, there is a similar figure called Bean Nige, who washes bloody clothes in rivers as a sign that someone is about to die. She is considered a primitive version of the Banshee in some interpretations. And finally, some beliefs say that seeing or hearing the Banshee is not bad luck for the person hearing it, but for someone close to them, the warning is never about one's own death, but about someone else's. Stories about the Banshee are passed down from generation to generation in Ireland, and they often involve mysterious encounters and omens of death. One of the most common legends is that when someone is about to die, the Banshee will appear in the vicinity of the person's home, usually at night, and begin to wail. The wail may come from far away, across the fields, or it may seem to be right outside the window. There are ancient accounts of people hearing the cry, and, the next day, someone close to them died, reinforcing the Banshee's reputation as an infallible warning of the end. In some versions, the sound does not come alone. Dogs howl, candles go out for no reason, or a thick fog covers everything. Another legend says that she only appears on specific dates, such as the eve of major funerals or when there is an unexpected death. In some rare cases, the Banshee has been seen by more than one person at the same time, all from the same family, which, according to belief, made death even more certain and closer. There are also stories of people trying to follow the sound of the wailing through the forest and ending up lost, as if her presence distorted the space around them. In these versions, she is associated with specific places, ancient ruins, open fields, sacred hills, or intersections where the worlds of the living and the dead meet. Now, if you hear a wail coming out of nowhere, high-pitched and sad, like a cry from the other world, be careful, it could be the Banshee. If you like stories like this, ancient myths and supernatural beings, subscribe to Mythology Realms, like and share this video. See you in the next video.